G'day guys, today I wanted to do an archive video for myself of Titanfall gameplay. Quite often when you're playing now, you'll come across people that are just absolute potatoes, they're terrible. And what happens is you often want to come across people that are actually decent in the game. So as you can see straight away, I had Tupac playing in the background, All Eyes on Me, the album. I always like to know what I'm listening to while I'm having what I call a decent game. So as you can see, two people, well, I think one on our team also called in Titan, so that was two on the enemy team and one on our team. And these guys I've played several times against, not just today but a couple of times, and they're actually half decent. So when I say half decent, I mean they're actually good players, and you have a couple of games where you don't get top of the scoreboard or you're not doing as well as you could be. So this game was a little bit of a feel out process for myself. I had to sort of wait, feel it out, so to speak, because as you can see I'm not going to go out there and just feed for them, because when they've got Titans, man, that's the game, Titanfall. And as you'll notice, so I actually had some really cool moments in this game as well, which coming up way later, and hopefully the capture card stayed consistent and didn't actually split up the footage. So I might actually, even in all honesty, upload this twice, once with the game audio, just so I've got an archive for myself of all the cool sounds in the game, and then once with this narration on it, because honestly man, this game is so fucking good, and this is sort of what they don't understand. All of us that are basically playing in this game now, when you'll see at the end of the game, we're all like quite high generations, or quite high, as you'd call it in Call of Duty, prestiges. So we actually are still choosing to play this game a year and a bit after Titanfall 2's come out. And it's not just us that are choosing to do that, there's all sorts of people that, you know, I play with some pretty average people, and they're also choosing to play this game because the gameplay just works. And one of the things you'll actually notice is, see how the scores stayed pretty consistent, because I haven't fed, and I don't go for a lot of minion kills or anything either. So the problem is, once you've actually got a game where the Titans become irrelevant, it actually takes out what's missing from most games now, which is the ability to be shot, to turn around and then shoot back the person that's shooting you. So basically the ability to outskill people is slowly dissipating from games. It's why games like Fortnite, I haven't played PUBG, but from everything I've seen it's very similar. You get shot, and unless you can like have lightning quick reflexes and live opposite the servers, you're probably going to get killed straight away from being shot in the back. I really miss gameplay like this in Titanfall, where even as a pilot you can get shot, and if you're fast enough at like bouncing off walls and running around, you can just quickly turn around and shoot the guy. I actually felt terrible just here when I missed that pilot, because I should have got him. And you know, you don't. So as you can see, I called one Titan and it's already, the Titan was gone. And the best part about this gameplay, man, and the reason I'm choosing this gameplay, even though it's not a full lobby, is because everybody that's playing was good with their Titans, or most people that were playing were, you know, actually trying to be in their Titans most of the time. I'm not too sure if the enemy in this one called a whole bunch of burn card Titans, but it definitely felt like there are a whole lot of Titans. So I apologise for the sort of campy-ish style gameplay, but it's not actually camping, because as you'll notice I run around the map and I'm always trying to shoot things. Again, I sort of fucked up there and I could have got killed, but their loss, their enemy team's loss, they're not quick enough. And again, you can see I've already got another Titan just from laying hammers down or laying some fire down on the enemy Titans. And yeah man, it's such fucking wicked gameplay. I wish Respawn would seriously come back and look at this gameplay and realize that sure, they might be getting older, but there's a huge market, man, for people that actually want to play like a competitive style game. Because don't get me wrong, man, there's so much going on in this game, and like just look at the minimap now with all the red triangles everywhere. There'd be at least 6 Titans on the map of probably the enemies. There's 3 we can see. I know there's another couple. And the whole idea is, what doesn't work in Titanfall 2 is the battery system. The batteries basically mean that you get killed, or you don't spawn with a shield in the first place, your shield's gone, and then what happens is you can't get your regen shield back, or you can't get that battery shield back unless someone jumps on you or something. So this battle here, where basically I've nearly lost my full shield, sort of have basically lost the whole thing now. Now a guy jumps on me. This is not a good example because this is the cool gameplay bit that I was happy as fuck with. because they're idiots. So I thought that guy was going to stay on me. I decided to take him off the map because I knew that there was 3 people shooting at me, and finish him off, and then his little boyfriend will come and try and get me in a second. And oh man, I was so happy with this bit of the gameplay, because at this point, like, there was like no score in the game at all for ages and ages, at least killing pilots, because what they were doing is they realized that, you know, once you've got a couple of people that can play on both teams, the game, it actually really feels fun, especially when, you know, you've got 2 sort of average players in a Titan versus 1 guy that's, you know, decent like myself. Not trying to not be unhumble or anything there, or, you know, it's just that's how it is, man. If you can take out 2 Titans consistently with 1 Titan, that means you're a pretty good Titan player. And this game, man, this game was wicked because all that shit was in the game. As you can see how often, this is another thing, like, you can see how often I'm opening up this back screen to look at the score, to look at the ping, to look at just everything in that little back screen, to look at how well we're doing, how well they're doing. Again, I should have got that guy there, but I missed, probably because I'm on a 1-bar connection to the United States. But it's just things like the back screen, man, or the score screen, whatever you want to call it, are missing from Titanfall 2. And this is why this game was so good, because you could see all that stuff, and based on that, you then knew what you had to or didn't have to do. And quite often in this game, it was basically keep my Titan alive as long as I could, and, you know, try and take out 2 or 3 Titans, or do as much damage to 2 or 3 Titans as I could, because the whole idea was once we had full Titan control of the map, we were gonna be able to do a little bit better. Because what happens is if they all call their Titans and then we all call ours, we win, but we also lose, because once they all call their next lot of Titans, our Titans are all on low health and we lose straight away. That sort of Titan versus Titan round. So if you can win 1 round of, like, keeping your Titans alive a little bit longer, you can really turn the tide of the game. The game we played just after this one was another really, really close game, and I am not going to put that one up as well, because, you know, this one's enough, hopefully, to really get an idea. Or I could put that one up as the second archive with just the game sound, but honestly, man, this one was such a fucking wicked fun game. I played this game and I left it and I went, that was fucking awesome. That's what I missed. And I'm sure there's some people like that I play with all the time, Out Level, he's one of the main ones that would, like, be all over this gameplay, just for the fact that it's Titan versus Titan, man. There's not a lot of this whole pilot shit. As you can see, when they are pilots, you're in a fucking Titan. That's why at the start of this game, I was playing so cautiously, because I didn't want to end up getting, you know, them a whole bunch of free kills, because if I had have just run out and died 4 or 5 times, that's a whole bunch of points for them. So it's not camping if you're playing productively and you're moving around the map. But if you're just standing still, fucking zoomed in, waiting for someone to walk through a corner, then that's pretty much camping, man. And as you can see, this is just like knowing the map and stuff, and I'm so happy I started playing like ages before, man. It's such a fucking wicked game. I really, really hope when Respawn, if they're going to even make it Titanfall 3, because EA have just ruined it, I really hope they go back to their basics and add regen fucking shields in, and add full Titan customization in, because I would take any Titan customization or Titan from this game over anything that's in Titanfall 2. Any Titan in Titanfall 2. As you can see with the chain gun, when you zoom in with the chain gun, you can actually see there's a nice little tight reticle, and you can see a lot better. Whereas in Titanfall 2, when you zoom in with the sort of chain gun, it's just nothing like that, man. So as you can see here, there's like 2 enemies locking onto me, there's a Titan in the background, I've got a little bit of health. What I'm choosing to do is not run away from the battle, but to try and make it last. I should have probably, you know, gone after them, but I made my Titan last a little bit longer, took his shield off, and you know, you just draw them out, so hopefully then some teammates come in and clean up the kills. It's just about playing smart. This is a really, really crucial game where it's not just about your reflexes, it's about thinking, it's about improvisation on the fly, and that, in my honest opinion, is what makes a perfect game. A game where you can learn the maps and you can learn, you know, everything you need to know about how fast the regen shield comes back up, when things happen, when to shoot. As far as learning stuff like that, that's fantastic. But what you want to be able to do in a game is have a balance where anybody at all has a chance to kill you based on not having, you know, one hit fucking time to kill, or based on not having anything that's, you know, too easy to play. You really want a game that's, and I lost this guy and that confused the shit out of me. I didn't know where he went then. I reckon he must have jumped straight back out the window. But yeah, man, in Titanfall, everything's balanced. You can see I bounced up the wall and I missed him, so okay, where did he go? It's about finding them. There he is. Missed him because he knew the map, so he jumped off. This is where a skill comes into it. He knew the map. I knew that he'd have to jump back up. I waited and then shoot him. So it's things like that in the game, knowing you can come around the back here and drop your Titan here. It's things like that that are going to win you the game, and you're improvising on the spot. Like, you can call your Titan anywhere. See, and again, I've opened up the back screen to have a look at just how the game's progressing, because I see the score. It's very, very close, and I'm hoping that we were going to win, and I was wondering what I'd have to do to really pull out the victory. And as you can see there's a pilot I was dealing with, you've got Titans, a couple of Titans over there. You're just constantly thinking, you're constantly on the move, you're constantly trying to think, how can I better myself in this situation? And the best part is it's random, because you don't know where rockets are going to come from, you don't know where spectres are going to shoot you from. There's just so much stuff happening that you have to make a decision, and you can either choose to play defensively and react, or you can be the actor, or the person that makes the active decision and goes after them, the attacker, so to speak. And where Titanfall 2 fails is it's all defensive play. Like, look at this map and how open it is, and I'm running around everywhere. There's nowhere that I can't sort of go. There's obviously a couple of buildings that you can't go into as a Titan, but there's nowhere that you can't kind of get to and shoot to prevent people from shooting and stuff. It's just a very open world and open style of game, whereas Titanfall 2 has none of that, man. None of the ability to attack or defend, because if you go on the attack, what happens is everybody goes, oh, he's attacking, we'll just shoot his Titan, and because you don't have regen shields, your Titan's basically been nerfed. You're playing in a glorified pilot. That's what Titanfall 2 feels like, glorified pilot 2. Or they should call it something else, because Titanfall, man, has regen shields. It has, you know, fast-paced gameplay. It has fucking mayhem going on. It has 3v1 situations, 2v1, 5v1, making the best decision you can in the moment to try and pull out a victory, trying to do as much damage as you can, trying to stay alive as long as you can. It's such a wicked game, dude. And the reason I chose this game is like the game, because it's like the 16th of December or the 15th of December, one of the two. And the reason I've chosen this as the gameplay is because, as you can see, all these guys were in Titans pretty much non-stop, and there was constant Titan play. They were constantly good players. And the best part is, man, because the Titans have regen shields, it didn't make a difference to the fucking scoreboard. 13 pilots, 8 Titans, 2 minions, and 0 deaths on a 1 ping connection. And at the end, I'm just congratulating everyone. That, for me, is what makes a Titanfall game so much fucking fun. Titanfall 2 has none of that at all. So, there you guys go. Hopefully that gives you an idea, and this gives you an idea of all their generations and stuff. So, you had a couple of Gen 10s, a couple of Gen 5s, and I think there was a Gen level 50 on one of them. Yeah, there he is. He's just joined. But this next game, man, this was just as fucking tight. And this next one will be the one that I'll actually put up as a sort of audio, untouched audio, just so I've got something that I can come back to in, you know, maybe 10 years and be like, oh, holy shit, remember Titanfall and how fucking wicked it was? Because there's a couple of games I wish I could go back to and look at now that I just never recorded like 10 years ago. And yeah, so yeah, hopefully you guys, if you're into Titanfall, maybe you'll come across it randomly at some point in 10 years when you're trying to have a look back at like an archive of Titanfall gameplay, to give you an idea of the sound, to give you an idea of the competitiveness when there's everybody in the game that knows what the fuck they're doing with Titans. Because this next game, man, was just as fucking fun. And the difference is, we won this next game, like, by just a couple of points instead of losing by just a couple. So, yeah. Anyway, I'll catch you guys next time.